Hey there, welcome to Old Man Runner. In today's video I'm going to review this, the On-Running Cloudboom Echo. First I'm going to show a short video of me running around Dublin in them, then I'm going to put them on the turntable, list their specifications, then I'm going to review them, assess their performance, and finally I'm going to decide whether I can recommend them. I bought these shoes because I've been testing a lot of carbon plate shoes, and I've also been testing a lot of on-running shoes, so as soon as I saw these I was all over them. So in this video, we're going to test them and see how fast they are. For some time, I've wanted to make a video in the Irish National War Memorial Gardens here in Island Bridge in Dublin. I was waiting for the right shoe. These came along and I thought, yeah, Ireland and Switzerland are now neutral countries, and something about these shoes made me want to run here. 49,400 people from Ireland died in World War I, and the memorial gardens were designed by the English architect Sir Edwin Lutyens. The piece of music I chose was called, or is called, If I Close My Eyes, I'm Still With You. I was nervous about doing the run, running around in what's essentially a sacred place. But for a lot of running for me, isn't just about going as fast as you can go, but it's thinking about things on a run. So we'll have a quiet run around the park and off we go. I hope you enjoyed my run around the War Memorial Gardens here in Dublin. Let's put the shoe on the turntable and list its specifications. On say that the shoe weighs 220 grams or 7.76 ounces. This shoe is a US men's 13, an EU 48, a UK 12.5. The shoe measures 318 millimeters long internally, and in this size it weighs in the left shoe 277 grams or 9.75 ounces, and in the right shoe 273 grams or 9.60 ounces. It has a 9mm drop. I don't know what the stack height is. I sent an email to On, but I haven't heard back. But it's with a 9mm drop, it's somewhere in the mid-20s to mid-30s range. On say this about the Cloudboom Echo: the ultralight shoe with a carbon speedboard for your fastest marathons and road races, built beside elite athletes. More speed, more energy return, more comfort. The Cloudboom Echo is our fastest ever marathon shoe, developed with our fastest runners, designed with our lightest materials, less weight and more performance. Get ready to blow your PR to pieces. Boom by name, boom by nature. Let's review the shoe and see if what On says is true. The upper of this shoe is light and it's breathable. You can see it flexing around here. I'll turn on the light of truth, stick it in, and you get a good idea. You can see how breathable it is at the front. The tongue is breathable, lots of holes in the tongue. Obviously, there's some more structure to the rear. It's a very lightweight upper. It's an upper I like. It's a little bit stretchy, not hugely, but a little bit. And there's a bit of structure to the heel, and there's a little padding in the heel here. For some reason, On-Running love laces. I mean, just go on their website and look at how many ways they've come up with how you can attach a basic bit of plastic to your foot. But in these ones, they're nice and simple, very thin laces, 2 rows up the side. They lace up really nice, really tightly, really simply. And I think this must be the lightest tongue. I know the Asics Metaspeeds have a really light tongue, and these are kind of same, but really nice, comfortable upper. Not massively wide, but I didn't find it tight either, but they come in one width only. There's a light removable liner. It's really thin. It's super thin. I mean, it's almost not there. But yeah, I like the upper in this shoe. Like all carbon plate shoes, the interest is all down in the sole, not so much in the upper. And what you see here, you can see the plate running the full length, the little black line between the green and the white. Interestingly enough, the Helium foam is the softer foam is on the top, and then you've got clouds down below, bottom as they call them in the outsole. I always find it strange, this idea of running on clouds. I mean, little hint, bring a parachute. If you're gonna run on gravel, don't, because the speed board that they have, this section here, always picks up gravel. I have lots of On shoes, and apart from the Cloud Ultra, they've all got the speed board, picks up gravel. You're unlikely to be doing a marathon on gravel, but you never know. It's got a very small footprint, and the footprint is tiny. And you can see that the back of the shoe is cut off here. It's not like my Alpha Flies, which step out somewhere over there, or even the Carbon X's go out a bit, but these go back. And also, if you can see, they taper in to meet the plate. Both the midsole and the outsole taper in to meet the plate. I think that's a good idea. I think it's cutting off excess weight. Most of the time, I'm guessing you're on your 4 to midfoot if you're running fast, and so I think the idea of cutting back and saving the weight is a good one. I don't find On shoes have great grip in the wet. They've added some little bit of traction in terms of the rubber at the front and the rubber in the back. Fine shoe for running in the dry, but I wouldn't run a wet gravelly marathon in them. These are a light shoe. They're not the lightest shoe I have. I think the Metaspeed Edge is the lightest shoe, but they're up there. They're a very light shoe. They fit fine. They're slightly tight around here, slightly. Nothing that bothers me. But yeah, an easy shoe to get on and an easy shoe to run in. I love the appearance of this shoe. I like On shoes generally, and I like the big O. Oddly enough, when I bought this, I was really interested. The right shoe and an On shoes always have a little Swiss flag and Swiss engineering. And on the website, I couldn't see that. And that, I don't know, it worried me for ages. But it arrived, yeah, it has its little flag. Most times it's fabric, but they've saved a huge amount of weight by printing this one on. It's only available in one colorway, which they describe as white black. I look at it and I say, what about the green, lads? I mean... Maybe that's just because I'm Irish. But yeah, to me, they're white, black, and a very nice shade of green. I like the feel of the shoe. It's very comfortable. It's on the firm side. It's of carbon plate shoes. So I'll talk about it in comparison a bit later on. But it's on the firm side. It's narrow. I mean, I do all of my walking in On shoes. Just I've got 3 pairs of On shoes that are rotate, one for the beach, one for when it's wet, one for casual walking, and they all have wide soles. These are narrow. They're very comfortable, but I mean you're not going to be using these for walking. But they're not. You can certainly feel the absence of width when you're walking and when you're running. But it's that's how it should be. The traction is okay, as I said, because of the rubber and all that. It's okay in the dry. On say these are for the fastest marathons and long races, and I would agree completely. So much for the field. What about the fast? Well, I took them to the park for some performance data, some primary research. What I can say is, which is what I always say, is this is an inexact science, a small data set. So, rather than sort of just I mean, most of the time you go to buy a pair of shoes, you go into a store and you run up and down maybe 12 feet You try them on, and that's how you make your decision. So here I'm just trying to give a little bit more data to help make decisions about buying a shoe. I try to run on consecutive mornings. I run on Saturday and a Sunday early when there's nobody in the park. I typically warm up by taking the dog for a walk to the beach. Then I come along and then I run one lap in my Clifton 7s at an easy pace just to warm up. And then I can kind of judge whether I'm running faster on a Saturday or a Sunday, which could be due to climate, it could be personal injuries, it could be how I'm feeling on the day, but it gives me a good idea so that I can see whether the data from Saturday or Sunday is being skewed. Then I will run after the 1 kilometer easy. I run 1 kilometer hard on a Saturday. I'll pick one shoe first, and the Sunday is another shoe. And in this particular instance, I went out first on a Saturday in the Cloudboom Echo, followed by the Alpha Fly, and on Sunday I reversed it. So how do you get on? Well, Saturday seemed to be a little bit slower than Sunday. I thought that usually what happens is that the second run is slower than the first run. And then I kind of put them together, aggregate them. But in this instance, the fastest shoe was the same on each of the days. And so which was it? Was it the Alpha Fly or the Cloudboom Echo? Well, it was Cloudboom Echo. I was surprised by the run. On the Saturday, I ran slightly faster in these, but I expected to. It was my first run. Sunday ran out, and I seemed to be going a bit quicker on, even though I was running easy in my Clifton 7s. And then I went hard in the Alpha Flies. What I find in the Alpha Flies is I kind of sink into them. I don't get up on the toe, and I think that's what they're designed for, but I don't seem to be able to get there in them. So I found the first run in those really tiring. I mean, they were gut busters. And then I put on the Cloudbooms and the Cloudboom Echo, and I thought, well, I'll run around in these, and I'll be really tired, and I'll aggregate them, and we'll see which is fastest. And I was shocked. When I came around the turn, there's a sort of straight at the end. I was flying along. I had bundles of energy well up on the toe, and I ran the fastest lap I've done since I've been doing these at 3 minutes 44 seconds and 53 hundredths, I suppose, for the 1 kilometer, which is the fastest run I've done in any of these shoes. There's a pile of them down here, so it's the fastest I've run. So I was very pleasantly surprised that the shoe I happen to like looking at and happen to love the feel of running in was also the fastest. Although there could be something psychosomatic going on, but tested out on the Course Pace 2, definitely the fastest of the shoes. The shoe costs $249.95 in euro in Ireland. It's $269.99, and it's £210, and in Australian dollars, it's $369.95. And I got a 20% discount on the shoe. I had bought a pair of On shoes around March. Strangely, they arrived, I'd ordered them in a hat. The hat arrived at a beanie, and a completely odd, different, random pair of shoes, random size, I don't know how. But anyway, I sent them all back. And I got a 20% discount, which was great. Okay, let's make some comparisons and try to come to some conclusions. Well, in terms of running feel, these two, the Hoka One Rocket X and the Atreo the Artist are the softest of my carbon plate shoes. And I'm not someone who really loves running in very soft shoes, and they're not my quickest shoes. The sort of mid ones, these are the Asics Metaspeed Skies and the New Balance Fuel Cell Elite version 2. These two feel more firm than the Rocket X and the Artist, with nice, comfortable, but soft feel to the sole. These Mad Jokes are just these are in a world of their own. I don't know, they just feel so bizarre when you're running in them. They make such noise. I've said that in videos. But these feel slightly strange. Whereas the one that feels most like the On-Running is the Carbon X2. they're ringers. I mean, they feel very similar when you're running along. These have a wider, you can see they're being run in dirty streets. These are wider and probably a bit more stable, and there's a huge big heel and blah, 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 blah. But in terms of the feel, they feel most like these, the Cloudboom Echo. You can feel that these are smaller. You can really feel that this is a much smaller foot plate. But there's a great feel to this shoe. There's something really odd goes on in the pricing in the on-running shoe. Compared to, this is a very easy shoe to compare the price to, the Metaspeed Skies. They're both, in euro, they're both 250 euros. So they're both the same price. But for some reason, in the UK, this is £15 cheaper, but in the US, it's 20 bucks more expensive. So I think it obviously just varies country to country. Maybe some country managers make some comparisons based on local data. I don't know, maybe it costs more to ship. Who knows? But in Ireland, they're about the same price. They're €50 less than the Alpha Fly. And so they're at the premium end. The Carbon X, I think, is about €180. So this is substantially cheaper. But it's a premium price that you're paying for a premium shoe. And in terms of speed, as I said before, it's the fastest of any of these on my feet over a kilometre. Okay, should you buy this shoe? Well, of course, the answer is going to be yes, isn't it? They look great, they feel great, and I run fastest in them. And surely that's the whole point of buying a carbon fibre shoe. Yeah, like the shoe itself, don't hold back. I hope you enjoyed the video and found it useful. If you did, it would be great if you hit the like button. There'll be lots of stuff in the description below, and as always, I'm happy to answer any questions you pop into the comments. There'll be a blue subscribe button popping up there and some related videos there. Thanks for watching. Until the next video, just keep running along.